Dr. Swift, would you like to recognize Dr. Menzel?
Thank you. Time passes so quickly, trustees, that we realized just recently that Dr. Menzel's time with us will be over here in just a very few short days. And it feels like we would like to have more time, and yet for all these folks, we just wish them all the best in their next chapter. I just want to offer on behalf of myself as a superintendent and the Board of Education our gratitude and recognition to Dr. Scott Menzel for his dedicated service at the Washtenaw Intermediate School District, as well as his unfailing support of our students in the Ann Arbor Public Schools and of students across Washtenaw County and Michigan. We just extend our appreciation, and in particular, you've led in so many key and critical areas, such as the areas around equity and social justice. You were key to bringing my brother's keeper to Washtenaw County and have shepherded, along with others, that effort. Your work to shed light on the impact of child poverty in our county, and your work to enhance children's literacy opportunities, particularly for young children. Your work strategically across all of our member districts to pass referenda over the years. And trustees, you recall that we've been engaged with Dr. Menzel on a number of countywide referenda. And because we were successful in those, we will have critical and sustaining financial support in Washtenaw County over future years. I appreciate also your leadership and your support with the growth and development of superintendents and trustees and boards of education. We appreciate your work with legislative and advocacy efforts in support of children in public education in Michigan. Those legislative meetings on Monday mornings are a great opportunity for the trustees to be able to connect, and we appreciate that work. We appreciate your coordination with business owners and with higher education and with nonprofit and agencies across the county and beyond to bring together and mobilize our work in support of public education for all children. We appreciate your unfailing support of member districts. In each district has times of challenge and change and need, and Dr. Menzel has always stepped up at those times. Would be an incomplete list, and certainly it is, if I didn't add your amazing leadership over these previous 100 days of COVID impact, crisis and emergency planning. You've been there every day. We've met as a superintendent team multiple times per week for all of these 14 weeks. We appreciate that as well. Dr. Menzel, through your years of work and support of Washtenaw County children, you've served thousands of students at every level of their education. Your impact extends to all our students and families, educators and leaders, boards of education, and elected officials throughout our wider community. We as a county are fortunate to have had you with us for these years, and it has been our honor to work alongside you. Certainly we will miss your presence, and yet we look forward to our continuing partnership with children. Just one letter difference, and that is instead of across the county, it'll be across the country. But we know you're continuing your work on the critical mission of every child, every day. So we send you with all of our very best wishes as you transition to your next chapter in leadership. I know that Dr. Menzel is actually in a Scottsdale meeting right now, is why he was unable to join us. We wish you well in the Scottsdale Unified Schools in Scottsdale, Arizona. We are grateful for your commitment and your service on behalf of children and families in the Ann Arbor Public Schools, Washtenaw County, and across the state of Michigan. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Swift. Trustees, do you have any remarks for Dr. Menzel? Trustee Nelson.
I suppose one of the advantages of being around a long time is getting to know wonderful people, and getting to know Scott Menzel is certainly one of those. Now, the memory gets sometimes faulty as one gets older too, but if I remember right, I first met him in a special ed campaign in the early 2000s, soon after I was elected. Noticed him as this dynamic principal or superintendent from Whitmore Lake. Then he left for a while to Livingston County, but then came back to WISD. And because of being active in the Washtenaw Association of School Boards, I had a lot of opportunity to interact with him, often over breakfast at one of the coffee shops throughout the county. And he was very important in building relationships among the local districts, and he worked hard at that. I always appreciated that. He was always a pleasure to work with, which doesn't mean he and I always agreed, of course. That's what makes the relationship interesting. So I just appreciate too all of his contributions to the county, and our district is, of course, a very important part of the county. So I wish him well, and it was a great pleasure to get to know him and work with him.
Thank you. Trustee Lazarus.
Thank you, Vice President Kelly. I don't have the long history that Trustee Nelson has, unfortunately, with Mr. Menzel, but I do want to share a quick story that I did appreciate how welcoming he was when I came onto the board in 2019. He actually, in 2018, I reached out to him and he was very helpful in helping me get my feet wet in the world of school financing. And so I just want to say that Scottsdale is getting a very good candidate and person to be added to their great community. And I'm sure that everyone there will welcome him with open arms, just like we did. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Lightfoot.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say too, as a old head, I guess, Scott's been around a long time as well. And just wanted to thank him for his very storied service. He's been in many, many conversations at all levels of education. And so he will bring a breadth of and depth of experience on things to do, maybe what not to do, and how to improve. So many kudos to him, and many blessings to his family.
Thank you. I too just want to say thank you to both of these men, from the hands-on work inside the buildings to Dr. Menzel's not just 30,000 foot view, but sometimes 40,000 foot view of the work that we do. I just really appreciate when folks dedicate literally their entire lives to the service of children. And so my deepest gratitude to both of them.